Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again for the A1 show. Aaron's back again with me.
Good to be back. How's it going, lads?
So we're going to talk about, we have a rough plan. Aaron came usually well prepared again with no plan for this fucking show. So we threw together four topics here. The world's TUEs, the big return to training, and upcoming shit that we have planned. So we're going to try and roughly stick to that, but we'll probably go on a segue somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to jump from one to the other more than likely. I think Anthony, the Worlds obviously is probably what we should go on first. The Worlds are coming up, and we want this kind of to go out pretty soon because obviously we don't be putting this out after the Worlds because it looks like obviously we know who won at that stage.
Yeah, we definitely won't be talking about the stag party we were at the weekend.
Well, you can if you want, but no.
no. I just let everyone know Buggle got robbed.
I didn't get battered. I got a dig in the ribs and being a cyclist I went down like a sack of spuds. I'm still licking my wounds over it. Got 300 quid robbed off me as well. So
word in the skateboarding community was it was teenage skateboarders that robbed them, but we're not sure yet, unconfirmed. Right, so we won't get into any more of the debauchery that went on that weekend. Worlds, it's flat, it's Qatar, it's Doha, finishing in the Pearl. It's likely to be temperatures in the 30s. If it blows, the sandstorms out there are a nightmare. Crosswinds every year a factor in Tour of Qatar. So bearing all that in mind, how do you think it's going to pan out?
Well, I think you got to look at the Tour of Qatar over the last couple of years, and you got to look at the guys that were up there. I know not all the best guys in the world were at Qatar on form there, but you know it's pretty evident who the good guys are in those conditions. It really depends on how hard the wind blows. Obviously, your out and out favourite for the world is going to be Sagan because he can ride in those conditions, and he's got the best finish out of all of those guys. But one of my favourite cyclists, and I hope he can pull something out, will be Boonen. I think he's capable of a big result there.
And Boonen's, I don't know off the top of my head, is he 3-time Tour of Qatar winner?
And it'd be the biggest case of going out on the top ever.
Although I think Boonen's doing one more year, he said. Well, I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet, but he was talking about coming back for one more Roubaix.
Well, if you got the rainbow jersey, you're not going to sit at home with it on your kitchen, are you?
Oh, he definitely would. He definitely would. Chocolate sauce all over the front of me rainbow jersey.
You would as well, because you can't keep your mouth shut when you're eating.
I was out in Qatar last year for the A1 coaching training camp, and the place is pan flat. There's like the city, it's a weird, strange place. It's like a movie set. The cities are fairly built up, but as soon as you step even 2 miles outside the city, it's into pure desert. So I don't think the temperatures are going to be massively high in October, but it's still going to be a little bit of a factor. And you know, it is difficult to look past some of the Spanish guys, although they're not brilliant in the
likes of Lewis, Leon Sanchez, something like a rider like that. Kind of take the heat. I suppose we don't want to take the piss out of Qatar too much either, because we have a lot of clients out in Qatar.
We do have a lot of clients out in Qatar.
So I was talking to one of them there not too long ago, and he was saying that you know his money will be on Sagan, but and
they've loads of money out there as well.
They've loads.
So he's probably putting 100 grand on Sagan. For the crack.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see who can produce the goods. But I think the weather's going to play a massive deal in it. Like, you know, if a sandstorm whips up and stuff. Also, I was talking to one of the lads there today. He was saying that like it's going to be a messy sprint as well, because team lead outs are not going to be able to control the kind of sprint. And again, that just plays into the likes of Sagan's hands. I think he's able to manoeuvre a sprint better than anybody else. So. Right.
So one word, who are you going for?
Sagan.
Greg Van Avermaet. It wasn't one word, but still. Right, so TUAs, it's been in the news a lot this week. For anyone who doesn't know, therapeutic use exemption. It's the phenomenon where you can apply for prospective permission to take a substance which is on the banned list. So it's granted under certain restrictions. You know, there is I don't even know if it's written anywhere, but there is a duty on the athlete to present his condition to the doctor.
The key word that you use there as well, Anthony, is condition. So it's not a preventative measure.
No, you need to have an actual condition. You go to the doctor, present him with that. You let the doctor know what it is. He'll give you a prescription. You can take that prescription, apply for a TUE. So
I said that to somebody the other day, and he goes, "What if you have asthma?" But you have asthma. The condition mightn't be actually having trouble with your breathing at that time, but you've been shown to have asthma, and that's what you get the inhaler for. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not exactly pure, or it's not purely preventative at that stage. You obviously have asthma.
So the issue arose this week. Russian hackers, Happy Bear, I don't know what they're called.
Happy Bear, they're in Dundrum.
the Happy Pear restaurant in Greystones hacked the World Anti-Doping Administration.
There you go, yeah, they're first, lads.
So them fucking pair of bollocks is hacked into it, and are after causing all this controversy for Wiggins.
It's the same thing again. I was talking to someone the other day. Wiggins, I've had like maybe 5 favourite cyclists over my career, and I kind of every time after the first 2 or 3 I said fuck it, I'm not having any favourites anymore because they all get done for doping.
So it's a lot about your character, really.
It does, yeah. I don't know what the story is with it, but anyway, Wiggins was the last one that I had, and like it was like, yeah, fucking career's over now. Away, Wiggins is, but he's getting dragged through the mud now with it now, and it's like, fuck it, there you go. I shouldn't have had another favourite, but at the end of the day, I think you just need to, even if you're a Wiggins fan, which I am, and that really hasn't changed, but it has a little bit. I just lost a little bit of respect for him, the way he even handled himself in the interviews. To come out and say that the rest of the lads were using the TUEs for performance enhancing stuff while they were using the same stuff, it's just, it sounds like fucking absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I suppose we need to be careful on the old defamatory line to not defame Wiggins too much, but he is a bell end. And I think that's fair to say. That's not defamatory. Wiggins is a bell end.
Yeah, but I think he plays off that as well. But I've always liked his bell end attitude. Like,
you liked Wiggins' bell end, you're telling me?
No, his attitude. Yeah. But no, I think ultimately, like, I think he's caught by the bollocks. We won't say bell end again with what's going on. I think ultimately, I just think he handled it wrong, and he was looking at it, like when he was asked the questions. It doesn't take. It's very obvious. It's not very obvious when someone's lying, but he looked very uncomfortable in the questions he was asked. He was looking at the ground and he couldn't look your man in the eye. And it's just an awful can of worms to get caught up in right at the end of his career, really.
But what's been clear to see is the lack of support Wiggins has. It shows how that he wasn't widely liked among riders. That there's so many riders have come out condemning what Wiggins has done and condemning Wiggins' character as a result of it. And it should be noted, Wiggins actually hasn't broken any rules at the moment. It's actually wrote a blog on this about.
The thing is, like, whether he's broken any rules or not, the TUE was for a muscular injection. Sky have a no needles policy, so he's broken Sky's rules.
Yeah, but that's not a rule. It's maybe an internal team policy he's broken.
Okay.
So he's not technically. There's no anti-doping infraction, is really what I'm getting at.
No.
But there's something somewhere because somebody's misrepresented the condition. And so whether that's Wiggins misrepresented, whether it's the doctor, or whether it's somewhere along the line, there is some amount of dishonesty at some stage of the process for this TUE to come out. But I think it just raises that wider thing. We wrote a blog about this, Team Sky. It might be legal, but it's not moral. I don't think pushing these things to the limit is moral. I don't think it's in the spirit of sport. And the spirit of sport is quite vague and a nebulous concept, so you can't hang people out on my interpretation of what the spirit of sport is. But for me, it's just not fair, and it's something that's, you see asthma inhalers massively over-indexed in the domestic peloton at the moment. I don't have any of the stats for asthma among the general population, but it seems like a massive over-index of the cycling peloton have asthma as compared to the general population. So it's just not right, and it's trickle-down effect coming from the top that you see. Domestic riders taking inhalers, Ventolin, salbutamol, whatever, because that's going to have a knock-on effect then to junior riders. They're going to think they have to take this stuff to be competitive, when it's just not true.
Yeah, and I think for me, like, I never really thought about it too much, but a couple of years back, I remember I've only ever gotten a TUE once. I don't have asthma or anything like that, but I had a knee injury at the time, and I got a TUE for a cortisone injection. And I can remember just making this was this wasn't in Ireland, actually, just to put that out there in case anyone gets confused with the doctor I was using here or anything like that. It was actually in Australia, but I told him what I was doing, the level I was at, and that was on the national kind of carding that's here in Ireland. I was carded at the time, so obviously everything had to be above board and had to be proved and stuff. So, but it was a really, really easy process. I had the TUE stamped, signed, and done, and the injection within a couple of hours. So, it just showed me, for me at that level, that it was really seamless to get something that was massively performance enhancing straight away with the sign of a dotted line. So, not to take in to pull doctors into it, but obviously this can't be passed without without a stamp of approval from a doctor. So, again, from a doping perspective at the highest level, I think the communication, or the kind of the work between an athlete, a team, an athlete, and the doctor is where it needs to be targeted, really, because a TV and the high end of doping. It can't be done by the athlete alone. There has to be some form of doctor or medicine background behind it.
Yeah, it needs to change. I don't think we're going to come up with a solution now, but it definitely needs to change to keep us moving along. The big return, we're talking about people have had their winter break. They're just getting back into training. I call this phase training to train, getting ready to train. What's your thoughts on what people should be doing around now?
It's getting to that time where most lads are either on their break or they've definitely started their break, and they've downtime is, I wouldn't say over. A lot of lads will continue now for another couple of weeks, or even a month for lads that have raced a long season. I know McKenna is absolutely bollocks at the moment, one of our mates, so he needs to probably take another 2 months at this stage. But what you reckon?
Probably wouldn't even be long enough for him.
Probably not, no.
Sounds done.
But I think at the moment, like for the general amateur back at home or wherever you are, I think the best move at the moment is, even if you are on your break and it's going to run on for another couple of weeks, is to start thinking about how you're going to return. And this comes down to discussion with your coach, basically. Whether you're going to be targeting, are you going to be working on strength and conditioning, what your goals are, when you're looking at peaking next year, essentially, and just starting to kind of build around the big picture of the components you're going to work on when you come back.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back training this Monday. That's 4 weeks off for me. So
4 weeks, solid.
4 weeks. Yeah, I've been tipping around. We've done the A1 group ride, which segues nicely as if we planned that into our upcoming shit section.
Upcoming shit, yeah.
So we released a cool new coaching platform that you're most likely seeing this on if you're a one-on-one A1 coaching client. If you're A1 members, we've loads of upcoming stuff on there. We've a new nutrition plan coming with Barry Murray. We've the strength and conditioning plan that Aaron's working on at the moment. We've 12 new training plans coming out, including 4 base plans and a specific over 50s base plan. So it's all go with that. We had the A1 group ride last week, and we're having another one next week, I think.
Yeah, hopefully next week, yeah. Next week's the plan.
Check the Facebook group, and we'll have details.
That wedding is on next week, though. The actual wedding after that stag that we kind of mentioned at the start of this video, so hopefully all will be good.
Yeah, you might cancel the wedding, we'll see.
Yeah, I might cancel it myself.
But yeah, no, the group ride is brilliant. 25 or so people out, first group ride. It was class. For the next one, we might have our kit. No, we won't have our kit for the next one. We'll have the A1 kit for the one after that, which I'm looking forward to getting that. We've got the training camp. Myself and Aaron are heading off to Cambriles in Spain on the 5th of November for the training camp. If anyone still wants to jump on the training camp, I think there's 1 or 2 spots still left, so there's a link on the A1 coaching homepage to check that out. And am I forgetting anything else?
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, no, you just gave a brief overview of the stuff that's coming. Just to cover up from the stuff that I've been working on, the strength and conditioning plan. There's a lot of research and effort gone into the background of that, and I've been working on it a long time. I know it's been coming a while, but it's hopefully going to be worth the wait. Looking forward to getting it out there.
Likewise, I've been working hard with Barry Murray, the former BMC nutritionist, on our nutrition plan. Barry very much advocates. I'm actually just working on a blog at the moment about this. Barry very much advocates moving away from carbohydrates as a fuel source and moving more towards fats and proteins. It's a really interesting philosophy, but it's worked for some of the world's top riders. He's mentoring Steve Cummings, Philip Gilbert, a host of other riders. So very powerful testimonials from the likes of those guys. And again, massively humbling that Barry is coming on board to work with us. He's going to be coming on as the new A1 nutritionist, also as well as launching this plan. He's going to have one-on-one coaching, nutrition plans that'll accompany our one-on-one training plans at A1 coaching. So exciting times.
Yeah, looking forward to getting it going. I'm looking forward to starting them both myself, actually, to be honest. So
yeah, same here. I need the strength one and you need the nutrition one. Right, that's the crack, lads. So in case you're down in Greystones and the happy pair, just be sure they don't hack into any of your stuff. Right, later, lads. Thanks.